Hello and welcome to the program. This edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka. First, the top story. Voting is underway in 13 states as residents troop out to exercise their franchise and voting their preferred candidate. This report captures some of the states that commenced voting process as early as 8 a.m. Voting is underway in Saturday's by-elections covering 2 senatorial districts, 5 federal constituencies and 9 state constituencies in Edo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Ogun and Oyo states, as well as Adamawa, Anambra, Kaduna, Kano, Kogi, Niger, Taraba and Zamfara states. In Shagamu local government area of Ogun State, voting commenced at about 8 a.m. for the by-election into Remo Federal Constituency. Channels Television visited Tipa Garage Ward 14 in Shagamu, where a handful of eligible voters were seen queuing up to cast their votes.
I mean, the security, everything is calm. You've been here, everywhere is calm, there's no trouble. I mean, we're a peaceful community. Remo is one of the most peaceful areas in Remo, in the country, and we intend to maintain that. There's been no incidences of disorderly conduct, and I don't see any reason why that will change. Yeah, they turn out. I mean, what I've seen so far, people have turned out. They've turned out. It's early days, but so far so good.
In Anambra State, the by-elections are also underway to fill the seat for Anambra South Senatorial District following the death of Senator Ifeanyi. Accreditation and voting commenced at about 8 a.m. in polling unit 001 Amoji Primary School, Isofia, which has a total of 1,060 registered voters. Voters in the polling unit commend INEC's ad hoc officials who, according to reports, arrived before 8 a.m.
Voting has started. INEC officials are here and they have started accrediting voters and allowing people to vote. So far, so good. For this polling unit, voting has started, and if you look at the time, it's still around after 8 to 9. So I think INEC is actually prepared for this election. But I have to move around the other polling units we have in the Sofia ward. We have about 17 polling units to get a proper assessment on what is going on over there.
I was here about 5 minutes after 8, and so far I can see people are turning up, and I believe as soon as they will come in full, and I believe everything will go fine.
In Taraba State, voters arrived and had to wait for the exercise to commence as INEC officials initially began sorting ballot papers for the by-election into Karim Lamido 1 state constituency. The election follows the resignation of the former member of the State Assembly, Mr. Mike Diogen, who took up an appointment as the State Commissioner for Tertiary Education.
We are here as early as 7 o'clock, waiting for the people to come and cast their vote.
Channels Television visited polling unit 010 Sada A, located in Jen, where it was observed that the BVAS machine was faulty, with voters awaiting the commencement of the process. For the by-election into Chikun Kajuru Federal Constituency, voting commenced early across many polling units. The seats became vacant following the death of the former member representing the zone, late Honorable Ekene Adams, who died in 2024. The Independent National Electoral Commission is also conducting by-elections for Sabon Geri and Zaria state constituencies. Meanwhile, security operatives in Kaduna State have arrested a suspected party agent with about 30 million naira, allegedly earmarked for vote buying just before the commencement of Saturday's by-election. And in Jigawa State, the by-election is also ongoing in Garki local government area to fill the seat of late member Isa Dongoyaro for Garki Babura Federal Constituency of the state. Insufficient breast milk, cultural beliefs, harsh weather, and disapproval from some parents are among the major challenges affecting exclusive breastfeeding, especially in remote communities of Nigeria's northeast. A recent multiple indicator cluster survey, MICS, shows that Yobe State's exclusive breastfeeding rate stands at a worrying 31.4%, with several factors responsible for the low figures.
The Yobe state government is investing heavily in upgrading the health facilities as part of efforts to achieve universal healthcare coverage. However, the executive secretary of the State Primary Healthcare Management Board explains that exclusive breastfeeding remains a major challenge in the state.
Breastfeeding is not only a biological imperative but also a critical public health intervention that significantly reduces child mortality and morbidity and improves overall maternal and child health outcomes. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Honorable Dr. Malabu, CON, Yobe State has implemented a comprehensive policy that provides free essential drugs and healthcare services to all pregnant women and children under the age of 5 years. This policy has made remarkable strides in reducing maternal and child morbidity and mortality in the state. Just less than 2 weeks ago, premium has been paid for the health insurance cover of 3,400 vulnerable persons across all the 17 local governments of Yobe State to ensure greater access to quality healthcare services. Today's event is a testament to the dedication of the Yobe State Ministry of Health and its agencies, including the Yobe State Primary Care Board, and our invaluable partners and stakeholders who continue to champion improvement of maternal and child health initiatives across the state.
In this community on the outskirts of Damaturu, the state capital, many residents still do not believe in exclusive breastfeeding. This is why, during the recent World Breastfeeding Week, stakeholders held awareness campaigns and health talks in several hospitals in Damaturu.
We are advocates of exclusive breastfeeding and early breastfeeding. We discourage predominant breastfeeding. We discourage complementary breastfeeding. We discourage supplementary breastfeeding, all sorts of breastfeeding except exclusive breastfeeding.
We reaffirm our commitment to support mothers, caregivers, health workers, and the entire communities in protecting and promoting breastfeeding. Together, we can create an enabling environment that empowers every parent to make informed choice for their children's health and well-being.
Public health worker Dr. Aliu Usman of Damaturu Women and Children Hospital shares his experience, especially with rural communities.
They perceive that water is a life. They have to be given water. One of the problems of the culture that we are experiencing, that is ignorance. While the breast milk, it contains more than 90% of the water or 85% of the water. So they don't have knowledge what is the composition of the breast milk. But in a nutshell, for the health-wise is that breast milk is very important, it's very essential for the growth, cognitive development, and also for the well-being of the baby, and provides a nutrition and protection to the baby.
There's no doubt that governments and partners need to scale up awareness on exclusive breastfeeding, especially in local communities where many women do not visit healthcare centers during prenatal and antenatal periods.
The Bauchi state government has signed a long-term strategic agreement with the China Global Promotion Cooperation Research Center, an agency under the China-Africa Economic and Trade Promotion Council, to boost investment promotion and strengthen bilateral cooperation. At the signing ceremony in Abuja, Governor Bala Mohammed also announced the appointment of the chairman of the China Global Promotion Cooperation Research Center, Mr. Ling Zheng, as the state's new economic advisor. Our correspondent Hajira Aliu now reports.
Bauchi State already maintains a sister-state relationship with China's Shandong province. Hence, this partnership is another step of Bauchi Governor's earlier visit to Shandong, China, where the relationship was formalized with agreements for cultural and scientific exchange programs. This new partnership with the China Global Promotion Cooperation Research Center marks a significant step in deepening ties between the state and China, which already maintains bilateral relations with Nigeria. Governor Bala Muhammad leads other top Bauchi state government officials, including the Secretary to the State Government, State Attorney General, and commissioners for this significant MOU signing ceremony. The MOU signing, which takes place in Abuja, covers cooperation in agriculture, education, healthcare, manufacturing, infrastructure development, trade facilitation, mining, and the oil and gas sector.
Your Excellency, this MOU defines the broad areas of cooperation, but specific agreements will, in the course of implementation, be signed on a case-to-case basis, based on the individual projects that we've agreed. The arrangement will also formalize the engagement of the center through its Chinese representative to maintain a Bauchi State representative office in China to follow up on the deals agreed upon in the course of the implementation of this strategic agreement.
Speaking through an interpreter, Mr. Li Zhensheng expresses his commitment to supporting the development of Bauchi State through strategic investments.
So today is the MOU signing ceremony between Global Cooperation Promotion Research Center and Bauchi State Government. And GCPRC will be determined and committed to mobilize our global resources to contribute for boosting the local economic development of Bauchi State.
Governor Muhammad assures the delegation of a conducive environment for the success of the partnership.
I will make sure we participate at the equity level, at the personal level, and at the government level to ensure that we give the political push for our various entrepreneurs to come and really collaborate and establish presence in Bauchi.
As the ceremony winds down, Governor Muhammad makes an unusual announcement.
It's going to be the first state to appoint a Chinese expert as an economic advisor. And then he said he will do it and he will help us implement all those projects. Thank you. Yes. And he'll do it free.
The collaboration is expected to yield tangible development outcomes and drive economic growth in the state. Hajar Aliyu, Channels Television News.
A non-governmental organization, Friends of the Environment in Yobe State, wants secondary school students to take part in the fight against desertification by planting trees in their communities. The State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Yakubu Sidi Karasua, made the call during a tree planting campaign in schools across Damaturu and Potiskum, organized by the civil society group Roadmap for Women and Youth Development.
The long-standing practice of peeling trees for firewood without replacing them is worsening desert encroachment in Nigeria. Roadmap for Women and Youth Development, a civil society organization, is partnering with the Yobe state government to plant 30 trees in each school across Damaturu and Potiskum local government areas.
We're going to be planting economic trees with the aim of empowering the communities at the school with economic capability. We want the school to be having this economic capacity to be having with planting trees. I believe we'll be having this. We'll be encouraging the students to know the importance of planting trees.
The Yobe State Commissioner for Environment appreciates the organization's tree planting campaign. He explains that several factors contribute to the spread of desertification and asks every secondary school student to plant at least one tree each year.
These climate problems are being brought by undue human activities such as deforestation, bush burning, bush fossil fuel, and other anti-environmental practice, which combine to predispose to state to ecological problems and challenges such as desertification, gully erosion, incessant crop failure, and drought, seasonal flooding.
The managing director of Roadmap reveals the aim of planting trees in secondary schools.
This decision is take place between we and the FIFA Foundation, whereby we saw this opportunity to carry this intervention here in Yobe State so that we can fulfill our mission and goal for Roadmap for Men and Youth Development. We want the school management to come together and do a thorough monitoring to these trees, so that if these trees has grown off, the student may feel okay and may feel so okay to tell their younger ones which are coming off, so that they can plant this tree too.
With the efforts of the federal government through the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, alongside Yobe State government initiatives, regular tree planting is expected to play a key role in combating desertification in the state.
There's more to come on the program. The Taraba state government is providing relief materials to more than 1,000 vulnerable persons. That's after this time out. Join us again. Welcome back. The Taraba state government, through the State Emergency Management Agency, is providing relief materials to more than 1,000 displaced persons in Kapia community of Takum local government area. The gesture comes after years of repeated bandit attacks that have claimed 35 lives, with victims now calling on the government to strengthen security in their community.
This is Kapia village in Takum local government area of Taraba state. For over 5 years, suspected bandits repeatedly attack this community, forcing residents to flee to Takum town, the local government headquarters, for safety. More than 1,800 people are now displaced and 35 others have lost their lives.
It was because we were attacked by bandits. It has been since 2017. We don't have access to our farmland and even in our houses again. That is why we have to run back to the headquarters and stay.
Now, with relative peace returning, economic activities are gradually picking up. The Taraba State Emergency Management Agency visits the community to sympathize with residents and deliver relief materials, a gesture from Governor Abu Kefas to ease their hardship.
His Excellency, Dr. Abu Kefas is fully sympathized with them, and he asks us to tell them that they should exercise patience. And they are in his mind, and he always thinking about them, how he will settle them, and he will in touch with their relevant agency so that they will see how they will go to take them back to their homes. And he also asks them to be patient. More relief material will come in order to settle them.
The victims expressed gratitude to the state government and returned to their homes with renewed hope that their next meal is assured.
Right from Takum, I know the effort of SEMA, all the staff and their superior body over there. I am standing on behalf of the people of Kapia to say, may God help them, may God hear them, may God lead them back safely in their own activities. May God lead them in every aspect of their dream. Because right from Takum, they have tried all their possible ways to see that this relief material reach Kapia. And where we are standing now, we are standing in Kapia. I'm saying thank you very much.
We thank Governor Abu Kefas because of the recent event that took place here in the Kapia community of Takum local government. He really stood by us by sending security. Thereafter, we received relief material today. We received this material in good hands and hope that may God bless him.
The state government has assured that it will continue to work with security agencies to prevent further breakdown of law and order and to ensure all ungoverned spaces are secured against criminal elements.
As the water level of the River Benue continues to rise after heavy rains, communities in flood-prone areas of Adamawa State remain fearful of another disaster. And this comes after weeks of a flood that claimed 29 lives in Yola and environs. Some survivors are now resettling with support from the state government, wife of the president, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, and humanitarian groups.
In Yola, the Adamawa state capital, flood victims are grappling with the devastation left behind as entire communities were submerged, livelihoods swept away, and families forced to start all over again. Channels Television visited some of the worst hit areas to capture their struggles. The floods did not just destroy homes, they tore through farmlands and businesses, leaving behind a trail of mud, debris, and despair. For many, the loss of property and loved ones is a burden that will take years to heal. 67-year-old James Tumba lost his home in Shagari, Yola South. He describes the night the water swept through as traumatic, but counts himself lucky to still be alive. Others like Moses Amos and Joel Tumba have returned to their homes to begin again. They express gratitude to Governor Umaru Fintiri for immediate relief materials that kept them going in their darkest days.
That water that came to our place, since I am talking, we have never experienced this type of rainfall. My children have climbed a tree. They are under a tree, they sleep under a tree because before they cannot pass this water, when they go, they will quench. Through that water, but through God's help, that is why everybody has been secure.
We thank His Excellency Ahmadu Fintiri at the state level also for donating food items for the flood victims.
Relief also came from First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, donor agencies and humanitarian partners. Authorities insist that reports of expired supplies are false, stressing that every item distributed has been verified.
The items supplied to the camp in form of support to the flood victims are in good order. None of them is expired. We cannot risk the health of our victims. We cannot and can never give them any expired product that can bring about health disaster. We are even managing post-flood events now, where the health, in order to avoid the spread of diseases that come along with the flood.
With water levels still rising on the River Benue, residents in flood-prone areas are asked to move to safer ground, just as authorities continue to monitor the situation, hoping to avoid a repeat of this devastating tragedy.
And there's more from Adamawa. In a move to reduce economic hardship in the state, Governor Umaru Fintiri has commenced the disbursement of 50,000 naira each to 40,000 vulnerable women and youths. At the flag-off ceremony in Yola, the state capital, Governor Fintiri reaffirms his administration's commitment to building resilience, promoting self-reliance, and driving socio-economic transformation for the people. Government officials, religious leaders, traditional rulers and beneficiaries gather at the banquet hall of the government house in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, for the Fintiri Business Wallet program. The event is the official disbursement of 50,000 naira each to 40,000 vulnerable people across the 21 local government areas of the state under the government's Poverty Alleviation and Wealth Creation Initiative. The Director General of PAWECA, Mr. Michael Zira, explains that the program reflects Governor Fintiri's proactive approach and genuine concern for the welfare of the vulnerable.
Your Excellency, sir, your commitment to empowering the people of Adamawa State is once again demonstrated through the approval of another additional 100,000 Fintiri business wallet for immediate disbursement after this one that we are disbursing today. Even ahead of the main rollout of today, this action reflects your proactive approach and deep concern for ensuring that support reaches those who need it most without delay.
Representing the governor at the flag-off, the Deputy Governor of Adamawa State, Professor Kaletapwa Farauta George, announces a reduction in the state's poverty rate, saying this achievement has encouraged the government to scale up its support for citizens.
Building on the success of our experiment with the women in this corridor in the last 2 years, we decided to scale up the wallet in size, in number, and in gender. In December 2024, we opened up the opportunity to more beneficiaries, both women and men. We disbursed 50,000 naira each to another batch of 100,000 beneficiaries last year. This stood at a total of 5 billion naira. The impact is huge, and the feedback we got from this targeted investment is encouraging. According to the National Bureau for Statistics, our poverty profile has reduced with double digits from 74% to 60%. This is unprecedented.
A high point of the event is the symbolic presentation of checks to select beneficiaries from across the state. Through the Fintiri business wallet, millions of naira will be injected into grassroots businesses to give livelihoods a boost and guarantee economically independent households across Adamawa State.
Covering different regions of the country. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.